Thank you, devotees. So, I think this is the last shloka of this whole first part of the sixth chapter. So, Krishna is saying, Tham Vidyat. We were discussing how a person is experiencing the absolute truth, who's connected to the absolute truth, experiences the highest type of happiness, highest level of happiness. And he does not think that there is something more to be enjoyed. We are distracted because we think there is something more to be enjoyed. So the answer why we wouldn't be distracted when we associate with the Lord, or devotees are not distracted, is because they have this conviction that there is nothing beyond this. Everything is contained in this absolute truth. This is the highest absolute truth. Tham vidya dukkha samyoga viyogam. So dukkha samyoga viyogam. Samyoga viyogam. So in this material world, there is always samyoga viyogam. Material contact. We come in contact with something, and then after coming in contact with something for some time, we again lose contact. There is samyoga, there is viyoga. So dukkha samyoga viyogam. Tham vidyat. If you only understand that absolute truth, if you only experience that personality, then dukkha samyoga viyogam. So we are all touched by some miseries, and we are hankering for those miseries to go away. So this is the nature, this is the story of this world. But anyone who's a little dull-headed, one who's very materially attached, one who has decided that no matter what you tell me about the absolute truth, I am very certain that next moment I'm going to do another sinful activity I planned from the morning. So the determination of a foolish and ignorant person is very heavy. So he doesn't want to give that understanding. Dukkha samyoga viyoga, right? So we come in contact with miseries all the time, and we're anticipating it will go away. So yoga samyitam. So yoga means to not make a temporary solution to the association with miseries. Dukkha samyoga viyoga. So Prabhupada is saying the purport, by practice of yoga, one becomes detached from all material concepts. This is the primary characteristic of the yoga principle. Very interesting. So the principle of yoga, Patanjali also mentions famously, Chitta Vritti Nirodha, to become detached from all materialistic concepts and without any misgivings. So if we fix ourselves in this consciousness, then we'll become transcendental to the samyoga viyoga. Let the dukkam come, the dukkam go. Apuryamanam achara pratishtham. So Prabhupada is saying, as long as the material body exists, one has to meet the demands of the body, namely eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. But a person who's in pure bhakti yoga or in Krishna consciousness does not arouse the senses while meeting the demands of the body. Rather, he accepts the bare necessities of life, making the best use of a bad bargain, and enjoys transcendental happiness in Krishna consciousness. His call is towards incidental occurrences such as accidents, disease, scarcity, and even the death of a most dear relative. But he is always alert to execute his duties in Krishna consciousness or Bhakti Yoga. Accidents never deviate him from his duty. And what Prabhupada calls as accidents is like disease, scarcity, death of dear relative. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Agama apayino anityaha tam stitikshasva bharata. He endures all such incidental occurrences because he knows that they come and go and they do not affect his Krishna conscious duties. In this way, he achieves the highest perfection in yoga practice. Very nice point. I'll repeat it once more. As long as the material body exists, one has to meet the demands of the body, namely eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. But a person who's in pure bhakti yoga or in Krishna consciousness, very nice point, Prabhupada says, He does not arouse the senses. Very nice point. He meets the demands of the body. So this is the difference between doing our duty and becoming attached. Anyone who's doing his duty will not arouse his senses. And anyone who wants to gain something from this world in terms of enjoyment, in terms of prestige, in terms of honor, respect, adoration, fame, money, savings, bank balance, all of that. All this is because of ultimately upadhi, because of family attachment, simply speaking. This whole world is running because of family attachment. And when you say family, you might think your wife or children, or no, family keeps changing. I heard from one of my um, my relatives, there was this boy, they were looking to get him married for a long time. He got married. And after he got married, he got divorced. This lady tortured him, this, that. And his mother was worried, oh, my son, he was being tortured by his wife. She's very rude. She's very bad. He's taken her to a foreign country. This is very bad. What happened to my son? And finally, she issued a divorce. They got divorced. And he was unmarried for a long time. After being unmarried for a long time, they were looking for another girl for him. And he eventually got married. Now she's very unhappy because he's too attached to his wife, and he doesn't even want to come to her house, parents' house, because he thinks this is the place they are living in is not something his wife would like, and so he doesn't want to come. Even if he comes, he just comes and stays for maybe a few hours and leaves because he doesn't like the place. So anyway, the point is, see, this person is getting worried. He's married. He has to get married. First worried because he's married. Second worried he's not married. And then he got married, still also worried. Why? Because complications, this material world is complicated. One becomes attached to different types of family encumbrances, sometimes in the form of father or mother or children or wife or husband or whatever it is. As a result of that, one becomes very acclimatized to arouse the senses. So as soon as one arouses the senses, one loses intelligence. One loses intelligence. So this person, especially, as soon as you get married, his mother is so worried right now. And the mother is also worried because she's also used to arousing her senses. So both of them have constantly been arousing their senses. And as soon as I am in the consciousness of arousing my senses while meeting the demands of the body, then there will always be dukkha samyoga viyoga. But Prabhupada is saying, rather he accepts the bare necessities of life, making the best use of a bad bargain, and enjoys transcendental happiness in Krishna consciousness. His call is towards incidental occurrences, but is always alert to execute his devotees in Krishna consciousness or bhakti yoga. Very alert. His call is towards incidental occurrences. What does he call us towards? His call is towards accidents that take place. His call is towards disease. Some disease happens, his call is. His call is in scarcity. And his call is even in the death of a most dear relative. Pretty heavy, right? His call is even the death of a pure relative, dear relative. But, but he's always alert to execute his duties in Krishna consciousness or bhakti yoga. Accidents never deviate him from his duty. Very nice point. He endures all such incidental occurrences and do not affect his duty. In this way, he achieves the highest perfection in yoga. Very nice point. We'll stop here. We'll continue the next 28 slokas, next set of slokas tomorrow. Thank you, devotees. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. I have a question if you still have a minute to spare.
Sure. I'll answer if I can, if I know that.
No, Prabhuji, I mean, I think it goes back to the same question. So, maybe a little different this time. So, you know, I mean, my chanting is not like all the devotees here, but I do still chant, and I try and attend the classes and try to be meditative with the routine. But when the routine changes, or when you are in a new environment and new place, how do you keep the same, same meditative state of mind? I mean, everything is new. People are new.
So
And
to be fixed in Krishna consciousness, Krishna gives the answer. One must be free from all sinful reactions. Unless one is free from all sinful reactions, one cannot be fixed in bhakti. Yesham tu antakatam papam jananam punya karmanam te dvandva moha nirmukta bhajanti mam dridhavrataha. So only those who are freed from all sinful reactions can be dvandva moha nirmukta. They can be freed from dualities. Because dvandvam is very, very strong. One bite of one sense for some time, immediately one becomes bewildered by duality. Dvandva moha. Dvandva moha. So we have to become free from all sinful reactions. And how do we become free from all sinful reactions? Krishna says, Sarvadharman parityaje mam ekam sharanam vraja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. So one must surrender to Krishna. And how does one surrender to Krishna? One must surrender to the words of the spiritual master. So whether I feel it or not, if one surrenders to the words of the spiritual master, then he becomes freed from sinful reactions. And as soon as he becomes free from sinful reactions, he gets the strength to perform bhakti beyond all dualities. Does that make sense?
yes, Prabhuji. Yes, yeah. So, yeah. So the reactions, the sinful reactions, and hence surrender ourselves to the Lord. And
Surrender words of the spiritual master, to be specific.
Yeah.
One must obey the spiritual master. He says X, I have to say yes, X. 2 plus 2 is 9. I have to say 2 plus 2 is 9. Right. Of course, he wouldn't say 2 plus 2 is 9. We are the ones saying it. But I'm just giving an example from our own conditions. Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krsna.
Hare Krishna.